Hey guys, my name is Josh, and a few of you have actually asked me to play the song Oceans by Hillsong United. Now it's important to know that there are a couple different recordings that even they've put out. They've got some live versions, they've got their studio version, they've got their acoustic version. We're going to hit mainly their studio version, and I'll touch on their acoustic version a little bit at the beginning here, but there's not much difference. So first of all, the acoustic version, there's really only a big difference between the first verse and chorus, and then the rest of the song, that guitar part really kind of fades out. Now what they're doing for that is they take their capo, they're going to be on the 3rd fret, and if you don't have a capo, that's fine. Don't worry about it because you can still play the song without it. I do not typically capo and do this part, but if you were listening to the acoustic version and you want to figure out what they're doing, this is it. So the capo on the 3rd fret, what that does for you then is this 2nd string, which is typically tuned to a B, is now tuned to a D. What that does is, because the song's in the key of D, that means that that D can play through every single chord progression that you're playing, and it'll still fit because it's the droning note. Now what they're doing is they're playing this progression. I'm going to go ahead and give the fingerings according to the relationship to the capo. Okay, so technically you're going to be on the 7th fret, but according to capo position, you're going to be 4th fret from the capo. You're going to take your middle finger and place it there on the low, the 6th string, and that's going to be your B. You can take either your pinky or your ring finger and do the same thing on the 1st string, again at that 4th position, and that'll give you another B. So the chord is really just B, D, B. Now you're going to walk this position for the B minor up to the 9th fret, up to the 10th fret. So the 9th one is just a walk up into the 10th, and that's where your D is. I'm sorry, according to capo position, that'd be 4th, up to your 6th, up to your 7th. Then you're going to slide back down to just 2 away from the capo, technically your 5th position, and that's the A, and then when you leave it open, there's your G sound. As far as what the finger picking style is, again, I'm just going to use the 6th string, the 2nd, and the 1st string. But what we're really trying to imitate with our bass, with our thumb, is that kind of drag beat, the so it's got that drag hit. And what we're doing there is we're going to go thumb, index finger, middle finger, thumb, thumb, index, middle finger, index. Okay? You can listen and pick it out. It's kind of tough, so getting used to it is a little weird, but once you get it down, it's a cool little beat to have. So the full progression goes like this, starting with a B minor, walk up to the C sharp, D, A, G. It sounds like this. Then you can hear the rest of it as it keeps going. As far as what they do in the chorus, I will show that to you with the rest of the electric part or the studio version because it's the same thing. So that's the difference with the acoustic version. They capo it on the 3rd, and they keep the bass note on the 6th string like that, and then walk around. Nothing huge and difficult. Now, for the way that I typically play it, what I do is I keep all of my D-shaped voicings. What I mean by that is go ahead and put your hand on the guitar in the shape of your D chord. For those of you who are just starting on guitar, that'll be your 1st string is going to be on the 2nd fret with your middle finger. Okay, and there's your F sharp. And then you're going to take your 2nd string with your ring finger on the 3rd fret, and there's your D. Okay, and then you're going to take your 3rd string with your with your index finger. That's your A, and then you've got an A, or an open D on your 4th string. And then we're not going to play an A over D, so don't worry about the 5th or 6th string. So there's your typical D-shaped chord. Now for all of these chords that we're going to play, you're going to keep your index finger and your ring finger planted there. Your middle finger then is going to become what really defines what chord we're playing. So I typically, when I'm playing this D, I'm playing a D suspended 2, so I don't even use my middle finger for that opening D. What I do is I use this middle finger to define what the bass note is. So if I take this middle finger, for example, and put it on the 5th string, 2nd fret, which gives me a B, that's going to be our B minor. Alright? So your B minor is here. D is just take your middle finger off. A, middle finger stays off, and then you just strum down here with the A as your bass. And then your middle finger goes down to the 6th string, 3rd fret, and there's your G. Okay? Now the same strumming pattern that we were doing up here while we were capoed, that's what we're going to do here with our shape. So your thumb is going to be responsible for whatever your bass note is that you're strumming, and then your index finger is going to take the 3rd string. Your middle finger with your plucking hand is going to take the 2nd string. So with your B minor, it's going to go like this. To the D, which is just the 4th string, is where your thumb goes. Drop your thumb then to your 5th string, the A. And then your middle finger goes again to the 3rd fret of the 6th string for the G. Now, when you restart that again, you can do the walk-up that they do from the B minor into the D. All they're doing is they're going, throw your pinky onto the 4th fret of your 5th string. So B minor, B, C sharp, D, A, G. Now that's going to carry you through all the verses. That's the progression. For the chorus, what I do, at least the first time through, is just simple two different notes that you're playing, and again you're carrying that same with the thumb. You're carrying that drag beat. So you're going to take your index finger, you're going to place it on your 4th string at the 5th fret. Okay, that'll give you the G of the chorus. Your ring finger then, or pinky, depending on how you want to do it. I typically do ring finger because you're going to do a hammer on with your pinky on the last chord of the chorus. So index finger, 4th fret, or I'm sorry, 5th fret, 4th string. Ring finger is going to be on 7th fret of the 1st string. Slide that whole shape up so that your index finger is now on the 12th fret of the 4th string, and your ring finger is going to be on the 14th fret of the 1st string. Slide it back down then to index fingers on the 7th fret, ring finger is on the 9th fret. Here comes the hammer on. I'm sorry, it's technically not a hammer on, you just put your pinky down there instead on the 10th fret. So all together it sounds like this. And of course the last time, you just go straight up. And then you go back down to your B minor. Now what's going to happen is this next time that we play it, we're going to open up a little bit the sound. I'll get to that in just a second. One other option though you have for this chorus, especially as you get bigger, you can use your pinky in there to fill it up a little bit more. When I'm playing on the electric guitar, I have a delay on, and so it sounds very full, and every time that I build it up, whether we do another chorus or it's after the bridge and we're really big, I just throw on boosts to make it sound bigger. But if it's just you on an acoustic guitar, you can add more sound to it by doing that same kind of like that capo sound we were doing at the beginning. You can do the same thing where your index finger is still starting on the 5th fret of the 4th string. Your ring finger is still on the 7th fret of the 1st string, but you can also throw in your pinky is now going to be on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And so then the progression would just go like this. Slide up, it keeps that same distance. But now you have to flatten your pinky to hit that 10th fret on the 1st string. So that's another option that you have. However, after the first chorus, the flow of the song opens up even more, so it gets a little bit busier. So go back down to the B minor shape that we were playing earlier, but now instead of just keeping the bass beat with your thumb and just doing your index finger and middle finger, we're going to throw in our ring finger on our strumming hand, and that's going to hit the open E. And so the flow is going to go like this. So that's the sound we're going for. So it's going to go thumb, index finger, middle finger, thumb, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, middle finger. Okay? You can go back and slow it down, listen to it, or if you can pick it up by watching enough, that's fine. But now your thumb is taking on this drag triplet kind of sound. So it's going to go. You'll hear it, you might see it. It's tough to really solidify and get down, but once you get it down, it's a really cool beat. So the verse from now on is going to sound like this. And the last time I play that G, at the very last note, I just throw down my pinky on the 3rd fret of the 1st string to give it that full G sound. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing there. Once it gets really big, so like after the bridge, then one option that you have, especially sounds good on electric guitar, if you can just boost the heck out of this thing, is you're going to go ahead and do some bar chords. Now I know people hate bar chords, or some people do. I've got small fingers, whatever, it's okay. We're only going to be barring the first 4 strings. So your 5th and 6th string aren't even going to be barred at all. Don't worry about it. So bar, first 4 strings up on the 7th fret, and then your ring finger is going to go ahead and take the 9th fret of your 4th string. It's going to sound like this. Alright? You're going to do the same strumming pattern you've been doing since the 2nd verse. Alright? It's going to go like this. Release that middle finger so that you're just barring across the first 4 strings on the 7th fret. Slide that bar down to the 5th fret and throw on your ring finger again is now going to be on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Your middle finger is going to be on the 6th fret of the 3rd string. Slide it down 2 more frets, so your index finger is barring the first 4 strings on the 3rd fret. Your ring finger is now on the 5th fret of the 4th string. Your middle finger is on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And then it starts over again. Alright, so those are all the parts for the song. You can mess around however you want. There are some cool things you can do in the verses. For example, I kind of throw in this D suspended pull off. And so it just adds a little bit more variety. In the choruses, you can even do the chorus keeping those same shapes that I showed you for the verses and just plucking through those in the order that that's on the sheet. You don't have to jump up and take that lead line. You can save it till later. You can not touch it at all. Let the piano take it. Let another guitar player take it. Whatever. Really, the thing though that gives this song the characteristics that it does is the finger picking style. Again, if anything, you really want to work on getting that thumb to take those drag beats, the boom, 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 because that's iconic in this song. So work on that, get that nailed down. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you later.